Only Buffalo is going to win it home.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Shout now, baby. Come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Maybe not.
All right. I will start off jolly and happy, but I'm not. So I'll just say we're back with another edition of the Overdue Bills podcast, and I have some guys with me. Our guy Rad, all-purpose Rad. Rad, how you doing?
I mean, I don't know. The vibe seemed a little off, a little chilly. It was cold in Buffalo today after that loss. It was real cold. Man, it's bad, bro. It was a bad loss. We be talking. We all in black. You see it. Let's start it.
Okay. Our trusty guy Matt, aka Optimistic Matt, aka All Black Matt, Matty Ice. Matt, what's up with you, man?
Much, man. Just checking in from vacation. The show don't stop. Even I'm here. I'm ready to talk. It wasn't a good traveling day yesterday with the game, so let's get it going.
Not at all, and I don't know what he's doing down there, but our guy Mills, aka ran off with all the merch and the money. Mills, what's up with you, man?
What's going on? I probably sound terrible. Trying to set my drink up, man. You have a long work day, man. So
All right.
Yeah, we actually rather you not talk. All right, let's stick there. Before we get into the show, man, we still gotta shout out, our trusty sponsors, Matt. So please let the people know who is the presenting sponsor of the show.
Yes, sir. This show and every other show is brought to you by none other than Buffalo Wing Kings. There's two things the guys here at the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings, it's Wings 101. With over 101 different flavors and their beloved Wing of the Month special, Wing Kings is sure to school every other wing place around. Hit them up for Bills games, parties, or just any event that you need wings for. Hit those guys up. Stop down and see them at their Elmwood Village location at 484 Elmwood, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say and we know they got the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure when you go in there, you shout us out, mention our name, Overdue Bills Podcast, get 10% off your order.
Absolutely. Shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings, man. We definitely appreciate them. The vibes. And let's get to the nitty gritty, man. Let's do this housekeeping real quickly. Shout out to everybody out there. We thank all the fans. We ask you to please like and share, rate, review, subscribe, all of those amazing things to the podcast. We appreciate your support. But you see it, we still got the merch, man. We still got the merch. You see it, we in all black. We got the all black right now, but we got different colors, flavors, and all those amazing things. And we just ask you, man, to go to overduebillspod.com, overduebillspod.com. And as you can see, man, it's a lot of amazing things going on. All of our content is over there. You just click that merch tab, and it's a lot of amazing things out there, for you. So please go support, your favorite podcast. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all of you. All right. With that being said, man, y'all know this. Quick question of the day. And I'm gonna be honest. I was at work today, and I literally asked everybody I came in contact with. And it was straight like this: should we trade Josh Allen? And let me preface this by saying, let me preface this. Matt, you gotta unmute yourself. So let me preface this.
I know.
Okay, you were laughing. All right. A lot of teams, what they do wrong is they wait until it's too late, right? We wait until it's too late. And what I mean by that is Josh Allen is at the peak of his powers as far as trade potential, right? We can all agree on that fact, right? That Josh Allen, as far as trade potential, he's at his peak, right? He'll probably never go up in value from this point on. And so with that being said, right, since we know that,
You actually just had a bad game, so I don't know.
No,
about
and
that.
that's fine. I'm just saying. I'm just listen. There are a lot of teams right now.
Still ain't going forward. Yeah, I hear you.
There are a lot of teams right now who wish they would have cut bait with certain players earlier. So I'm gonna go to you, Matt, first. Should we trade Josh Allen?
Absolutely not.
Why?
I mean, why? Like, so we're gonna trade him? Just give up on a season when we have a Super Bowl caliber roster?
Why do we?
And,
When you
start over again?
When you said we have a Super Bowl caliber roster, where do you see that at? I have never seen that this year. So I don't know.
You haven't seen it at all this year?
At any point of the season, I've seen a Super Bowl caliber roster.
Then that's just, I guess, a matter of opinions, I guess. But I still see a Super Bowl caliber roster. Every great team does have bad. Does the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a Super Bowl caliber roster?
They won the Super Bowl last year. Yeah,
they did. But do they have? Would you say that they had one this year?
Yeah, they have a better quarterback than we do.
I'm asking you, they have the same roster, they're the same Super Bowl caliber roster, right?
Yes.
So they just went out against a Washington team that we destroyed, and they couldn't even do anything against them. So now all of a sudden, are they not a Super Bowl caliber team anymore because they went out and had a bad game?
I don't subscribe to that because I believe they have the better quarterback. I mean, we're talking about a 6-time Super Bowl winner. So I mean,
well,
I don't even know why you're
saying that we had the better quarterback. Just last week though, you were saying that we had the better quarterback in Josh Allen than Tom Brady. So now you're going against yourself week to week. I don't get it.
I am. I mean, I'm fluid. Unlike any Bills fans, y'all like to stay solid in y'all position, and I'm not. I'm just saying, should we trade Josh Allen? It's a valid question. He's garbage, garbage. Okay, you're saying no. Rad, should we trade Josh Allen?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't trade Josh Allen.
Why?
To answer your question, because you just not gonna get the value for it. You know what I mean? So you looking for a quarterback with his ceiling and his measurables and his somewhat of his track record. Last year he had a good MVP type year last year. So yeah, I wouldn't trade Josh Allen, bro.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Mills. And Mills, let me preface this by saying, out of all the years we've known Josh Allen and had him on our team, we all can agree that last year was the anomaly, right? That is just a fact. It's not hearsay. I didn't make that up. It's a fact. If you look at the numbers, this year is actually in line with who we came to know Josh Allen was. It's just a fact. You don't have to scream at me. So I'm asking.
This year is a mix of, but this year's a mix of the two. It's a mix of the two.
Yeah, but how are the numbers of? The numbers are almost the exact same through this season, so you can't go off of that. The numbers are pretty much the exact same from this year, from last year to this year. So I don't know where you're going with that.
Matt, we know for a fact that numbers are irrelevant. Clearly, we had the number one defense in the league and the best offense, but we know that that's not true, right? Those things are lies. They actually lied to us. We know that that's not a fact, right?
You just started it off with the numbers are showing that he's going back to old Josh.
No, what I'm saying
last year
is
being an anomaly. I don't get it.
What I'm saying is last year being an anomaly was he showed us that he was actually, we thought that he was just this franchise quarterback, gave him $150 million, but in actual reality, he's like not actually good at all. Like we see that. So let me ask you, Mills. Like I said, Mills, we understand last year was an anomaly, right? It made no sense realistically in the grand scheme of things. So would you cut bait with Josh Allen and possibly get like 4 first rounds, maybe 2 second round, like a haul or something like that? How do you feel about it?
No, I don't think we're there yet. I think we need to worry about our front line. I think once we get our front line together, Josh Allen will be in a better position.
How are we going to get our front line together when we really don't necessarily have the great draft capital? I'm just asking the question. Wouldn't you think that if we trade away a Josh Allen and get like 4 first rounds, maybe a couple thirds, I don't know what can we get. It's probably a haul, but don't you think we can build our line with those draft picks? Am I missing something?
No, I believe you can do that, but I don't think Josh Allen is that bad of a problem to where you have to go that in that direction. I think if we can get our line together, he'd be good. I mean, he's a little erratic right now. His mind is all over the place because worried about protection. You know what I'm saying? Making bad throws. Look at Carson Wentz. He had an amazing game yesterday. Don't get me wrong. The run game, put him in a good position.
He didn't. Okay, he didn't have an amazing game.
He didn't, but him having a good front line in front of him, when he did have to pass the ball, he didn't have to make those bad decisions like Josh did, throwing the ball 40 yards down the field with 2 defenders covering Stephon Diggs and throw an interception.
No, that wasn't because of the line.
His interception wasn't because of bad.
It had nothing to do with
He had time.
He just played time. He's a bad player.
He had time on that one.
So
Right, but at the end of the day, the front line plays a factor into the whole game.
Of course.
If he got time, he can sit in the pocket and make his progressions. Option 1 or option 2. He don't got to worry about making that bonehead move and put us in a bad position. So at the end of the day, I don't think we need to trade him. We just worry about our front.
Okay, interesting. All right, so okay, we don't need to trade him. Only reason why I asked that question because I believe that I'm the only one that's going to ask those tough questions. And I think when you look at a lot of teams like the Daniel Joneses of the world, like he's terrible. Cut bait with him. Like why wait? Like a Baker Mayfield at the peak of his powers. We knew he was never ever going to be good. Cut bait with him. Like bye, sayonara. Like but what I'm saying is if you wait so long, we just lose that upside in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go into the game because there's a lot to talk about. The Bills was embarrassed. We were embarrassed on our home field. One of the worst performances I've ever seen in my entire life from the Buffalo Bills. Not necessarily out of character because the Bills have been terrible pretty much all my life. So I'm not necessarily too down because I actually come to expect this. But nonetheless, they kind of gave us a little catnip last year. But this year, obviously, it's not the same. So with that being said, I'm going to go to our trusty give and take segment. And I know last week we talked about the Jets game, right? And everybody said we want to take everything from the Jets game. I'm going to be honest. I didn't see anything. So I'm going to go to Matt first since he's so optimistic. Let's start with love first. Matt, what are some things that you just want to give away? And what are some things that you just want to take?
Well, just I guess what I want to give away is that like our physicality on both sides of the ball. Like we didn't really obviously – Jonathan Taylor had a career day yesterday. We got dominated up front. I'm gonna add this into the take segment too. The only person that looked like he could do anything out there was Ed Oliver, but even him, he was getting broken up a couple of times. So
can I stop that?
Just the physical. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, can I say something about Ed Oliver? And Ed Oliver for me is turning into a Jerry Hughes. Like my only issue with Ed Oliver is you don't do anything when we need you to do anything, but when it's just like a blah play, oh my God, you come up with something. And that's what Jerry Hughes was famous for. All of Jerry Hughes sacks happened when nobody actually cared. Right? Like when we actually needed a sack against a good quarterback, a la a Tom Brady, he never sacked him. That is an actual fact. He never sacked Tom Brady. Like, that's when we need him. Like, that's my only problem with him. And my problem with Ed Oliver is he never does anything when we need him to do it. Where was you at when Jonathan Taylor was running the ball? I'm just asking. Yeah. I'm just asking, Matt, for a friend.
I'm with you. He definitely he wasn't making the plays, but he was slowing things up sometimes.
What did he slow up, Matt? He had 185 yards and 5 touchdowns. I didn't see it.
Overall, really nothing because he was getting chunk plays and all that stuff. But I'm just saying that he definitely shows flashes of him being a physical. He could be a physical dominant player, but yesterday he obviously was not. Is what I'm saying. That's the only bright spot on the defense from me yesterday.
Okay.
You asked for my give and take. That's my give and take.
All right. I appreciate that.
Yep.
And if you out there listening, shout out to everybody in the comments. I see everybody coming in now. Let us know, you know what I mean, some things that you liked about yesterday's game and some things you don't like. I'm sure it'll be a lot of things you don't like. So I'm going to go to Mills first. I'm going to go to Mills second rather, and I'm going to go to Rad. Mills.
I'm taking the productivity of Dawson Knox. We can tell that he is a key factor of our offense.
Dawson Knox dropped like 6 passes, bro.
He was 6 for 80. He played a good game. You can tell that, he's developing into a good tight end. He can be a potential tight end one, among the league, top 5, top 10 tight end. He played a good game. And everything else, I'm just leaving everything else. It was horrible. Tyler Bass supposed to be one of the best kickers in the league. He missed 2 field goals.
He missed a 57-yarder.
He missed 2 field goals. So it doesn't matter, Matt. He's a top kicker in the league.
I mean, Matt, I don't know. What do we pay him for? I don't know.
He's a 57. He missed a 57-yard field goal in those conditions. It's like it's not.
Yo, do you work?
I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but you can't like solely be like, oh, Tyler Bass is terrible because he missed 2 field goals.
I didn't say it was terrible.
I know, Matt.
We leave it behind.
I'm just asking. We all work, right? How many? Give me all the excuses you can give your boss if it's cold outside. I'm listening.
I can give him a lot.
Just give me 2. Give me 2 excuses, Matt. I know you got some good ones.
No. I gotta keep them for myself for later.
Mills. Anything else?
Pretty much overall everything besides Dawson Knox. I thought he played a good game.
Yeah, he did have 10 targets though with those 6 catches, so he did drop a few.
Of course he did.
Rad.
Yeah, you gotta leave everything on this one. There's nothing you can take. It came off soft.
You gotta take something.
At home.
Man. Take something.
No, it's nothing to take. They came and drove the field. They drove down. It was like soon as they drove down on that in that way, in that fashion, no type of deterrent at all. It was like, okay, we just got punched in our mouth, and we just kept getting punched in our mouth. And then our offense last year, our offense would come and maybe help the defense out and make it a shootout. But this year, it's Josh is hit or miss. We can't run the ball effectively. I don't know if he got enough power to check at the line and like maybe check to more run plays and stuff like that. It seemed like he just go whatever play that the ball go with. But I feel like he need more power to check to a runner, I guess, or something where they didn't cover two shells so often. You got to just play the numbers game at this point where we just trying to play our offense. It is not effective. It's just not effective. Josh is not as accurate as he was last year. It's just not what it is. It's not what it is. It's the magic not there. We got to readjust, and we ain't readjust. You know what I mean? We was gashing them at times, and then we went away from the run again. And so you just take everything. The philosophy, the coaching was terrible. The execution was terrible. Special teams was terrible. Every phase of the ball was terrible. It was one of the worst games we have. And it's crazy because often we have one of these games. I remember when the Steelers came and Le'Veon Bell ran all over us one year. It was craziness. I remember
last year, Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran all over us.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran all over us. I remember that Ajayi game was crazy. I remember when LT used to come here, I don't know what it is. Effective run games. I said going forward, it was so bad. It's like it's panic. It's panic number 10 on 10. It's panic time because we can't stop the run and we can't run.
Thank you.
In the NFL, that's terrible.
And it plays away from our strengths too. I mean, when a team can run the ball and do whatever they want from us, it takes our elite secondary out. I mean, Carson Wentz threw for 100 yards yesterday because he didn't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's I don't.
Okay, I'm not gonna even refute that. But I will say this. And shout out to everybody in the comments. Let's do this because I got a lot of rebuttals, but I want to fashion it in this segment because I brought this segment a couple weeks ago because nobody wants to listen to me, but maybe they'll listen to me now. And it's are we worried yet? Right? Are we worried yet? And I asked a couple questions about every side of the ball, offense, defense, special teams, and everybody said no, we're not worried yet. We're gonna get it together. So I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna go to Matt first. Matt, are you worried yet about the offense? Because I heard y'all keep talking about them running the ball on us, and that's fine, right? They ran the ball. We get that. But the fact still remains the same. Our offense is anemic. Like, they legit suck. Like, it's a fact. They can't score points. So it's like, say what you want to say, Matt. Matt, you can't. We can't score.
So I'm gonna get into it. So our offense is not bad. The bad part is that our offense will get into a point where we're going to go score points or we're going to keep a drive rolling, and we do stupid stuff every time to seem to, like the first scoring drive of the game. We were in field goal range, then we get a holding penalty, and then Josh gets sacked. It's just little things like that kills drives and takes us out of it.
So does that mean that we're bad?
No, it does not mean that we're bad. It means that we're undisciplined, just like I said yesterday, and me and Mike said it yesterday. They're undisciplined, and that's something that has to come from up top. McDermott, he's supposed to be this clipboard disciplined dude. Have the guys ready, have the guys rolling. You can't have certain mistakes that went on yesterday and have been going on throughout the whole season. You can't do that and win games, and we haven't won the games that we've done that. So no, I'm not worried about the offense. I'm worried that they won't get the discipline together, and then it'll put the offense that is a great offense, it'll put them behind, which like it's been doing when we lose games like this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm worried. I think so. Because I don't know if it's a philosophy thing. I don't know if it's a stubbornness. Because we can point to the Eagles. Let's point to the Eagles. Sirianni, first year head coach, he came in the league. It was going to be like Buffalo all over again over there. He wanted to pass the ball all the time. They was passing the ball all the time. Jalen Hurts was, just throwing the ball all the time. And then they was losing the last, 3 or 4 games. They just switched to just being the most run happiest team in the league. Now they winning somebody. I'm not saying we should just do that, but I'm saying his willingness to switch if need be. If everybody just playing 2 cover 2 shell, and they are allowing those big runs, allowing not paying 7 in or having the cornerbacks on the field all the time or something like that. If we're not willing to run the ball 30 times that game we don't run the ball 30 times. It's like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a philosophy thing with the ball, or he just, his stubbornness, him believing in, I understand believing in Josh Allen. But I don't know. I think, we got to come out and we got to beat a tougher team. And until we do that, we're going to keep getting punched in our mouth with the more, respectable teams, the better teams, the teams that can run the ball, the teams that want to play smash mouth offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what they can do, and that's what they will do. And we, it's like I think I do agree with Matt said, taking the secondary didn't have a role in this game because why? He got the ball 32 times. They ran the ball 46 times. Like,
yeah. Come
on, man. That's craziness. That's easy. That's easy. That's beautiful football. That's what you want to do. You want to go in on a road game, a road game, go in there, hand the ball over to your workhorse 30 times a game. He take you home, 5 touchdowns. That's craziness. I mean,
then
I don't know what to say about
it. Scoring position, it's like it's little things like that.
I wish that can be us. I wish that can be us one game. It's just something we just would never ever do because it's not even like obviously we don't have Jonathan Taylor, obviously, but we wouldn't even like. I don't know, bro. It's craziness.
My issue is this, and thank you, Mike. Like, we got to stop this whole narrative. I'm not saying that having a run game is not great. Yes, that would be amazing, but we do realize we did not have a run game last year. Can we all agree on that point?
Yeah, and the defense is called. It don't matter about last year. It matters about right now.
But what I'm saying is, because no, okay, but we're holding on to this fact that we're this Super Bowl caliber team because of last year. That is a fact, right? That's what Matt said.
No, because of the beginning of this year and how
we've been playing.
But the issue is
the best defense statistically and
I know Matt,
on the field.
Okay,
that's what I'm
we're gonna
going into the year
into the Super Bowl caliber team this year.
Going into the year we was basing off last year.
We're gonna get
we 10 games in now,
and we suck. We legit
we
suck.
10 games in now.
We're one of the worst teams in football.
Keep talking about
it's a legit
10
fact.
games in now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all not okay. We can talk about we're talking about the offense. And I'm gonna go to Bills in a second. But like when we talk about the offense, I'm worried because Josh Allen sucks. He's not a good player. I'm watching him. He's erratic. He's not accurate. He turns over the ball. He's jittery. He's jittery, very jittery in the pocket. It's annoying to me. When we're down, he just can't understand to think through the progression. He's like, oh my God, I got to do this. Like, relax, bro. He's not, and his leadership skills is like, I don't know about him. I'm just saying, I don't know about him. And let's move a little bit further. Let's be honest. We legit have one good player on our offense. His name is Stephon Diggs. That's a blue chipper. Let's keep it a stacked bundle. Emmanuel Sanders is long in the tooth. Let's just be honest about it. Cole Beasley is long in the tooth. He doesn't get any yards. Okay, regardless. He doesn't get any yards after the catch anymore. That's donezo.
He's done. He's just came off of all.
Okay, I don't. Okay, that's fine. No, I never said. I said he doesn't get any yards after the catch. I'm watching him. He doesn't. Call him hurt or not. That's just a fact. Gabriel Davis. Say what you gotta say. Gabriel Davis is just not ready yet. Like he's not. He's deer in headlights. I don't know where his mind is at during the game. Clearly Isaiah McKenzie is taking a step back. I don't know what's going on. People say that Dawson Knox is ready to take the next step. I guess he's still stepping. I'm just being honest. Our running backs suck. They're not good at all. They have no burst. Our offensive line, according to everybody else, was good. But what everybody else is telling me is that a third-round rookie means so much to the team. Oh, my God. We can't manage not having a third-round rookie. When we don't have a third-round rookie, our line is the worst line of all time. Like, give me a break. The Buffalo Bills, the issue with the Buffalo Bills.
Best-rated lineman, too, though. That don't just speak about Spencer Brown. Feliciano was our best-rated lineman last year, and he played great this season, too. So I don't know.
I grant that. I grant Feliciano. All but the reality is this. Our skilled players suck. We're not skilled on the offensive side. It's just a fact. Let's just be honest.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I gotta disagree.
Well, all you gotta do is match up our players to everybody else. Okay. Mills,
when you match up. All right, yeah, I'll let Mills go. But go ahead.
We just played a team. That's that we got as many skilled players as they do.
Do we though?
Yeah.
How besides Jonathan Taylor, who was better on the Colts team.
What did
than
any of our
one
players? I'm
on
just saying.
offense.
What did any of our players? They didn't do anything, Matt.
What
to,
did
like,
any of
like,
the
get the
Colts
ball
players
too.
besides Jonathan Taylor do?
they won the game 41-15. Mills, what do you have to say?
You're talking about players individually.
Mills.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm worried about our offense, 100%, and more so because, like you said a few minutes ago, we can't play from behind. This is the first game that the Bills, win at halftime behind all season, and we just can't figure it out. Like the beginning of the season, we played mediocre teams, Houston, Miami. We were supposed to win those games. When we get down to the nitty gritty against teams that had time to develop as the season went, and they can put up points, we struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Indy went down first drive. I think it was like a nine play drive. They milked like 6-7 minutes off the clock. We got the ball back. That's something that we didn't have all year. Nobody scored on the first drive against us all year. You know what I mean? So that's that mentality.
In the first quarter.
That changed the whole game, yo. They put up points. Like, should we be worried? And then you go out there, you put pressure on Josh Allen, and you make dumb, plays. Like you see, he's erratic. Throwing the ball too high, throwing the ball too wide. He threw the ball one time to Cole Beasley like he was 6'5". Like, how do you expect Cole
like
Beasley
the team
to be?
from Buffalo? We looked like the team that we played in the dome. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. So how do you expect your skilled players like Cole Beasley to be productive when the ball's getting thrown to him like he is 6'5", power forward? He only 5'11". You know what I'm saying? He not gonna get no yards after the catch, or he diving for a first down. He not gonna get no yards after the catch.
So it's Josh Allen's fault.
Our best player. He had 4 catches on the whole day.
So you blaming Josh Allen?
Absolutely.
Okay, I like that. All right, so let me ask y'all this: are we worried yet about the coaching, and specifically all of them? Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and Sean McDermott. Matt talked about Sean McDermott as it relates to the penalties. We're an undisciplined team. Apparently, he was supposed to be a stickler on everything. When he came in, he cleaned house. He got rid of everybody. But clearly, I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna go to you, Rad, first. Are we worried about the coaching, play calling, defensive schemes, the whole nine?
Yeah, man. I want DeBoer to have, if this, I don't know. I want him to be able to, if Josh don't got it. All right, let's switch it up. We going power I. We got to do something. We got to run, put receivers in quick passes behind the line of scrimmage or stuff like that, quick screens. We got to be doing things like that behind the line of scrimmage and putting the ball in our offensive players' hands and let them create plays. If Josh can't throw the ball down the field, I want that package to come out. I want something like that to come out where we playing closer to the line and be quick hitters. But we want Josh to step back to throw, 3 step back, 4 step back, and be a quick read guide, I guess. But, last week he was better. This week he regressed in it. He wasn't there. He's not consistent in quick reads, getting the ball out of his hand. It's not there yet. So I think we need better play calls, to get the ball to Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders, these boys quicker behind the line of scrimmage and let them make plays. Diggs behind the line of scrimmage. Even Breida. He looking like the most pop in the backfield right now. So I just want DeBoer to be more creative in that aspect, and help Josh out, help the offense out, get the ball to these guys. You know what I mean? We'll see.
Okay.
Moving forward, hopefully you do it.
Okay, so let me ask Mills this. There's been a lot of talk about Sean McDermott and the play calling as it relates to him being too conservative, right? There were some 4th downs we thought that he should have went for that he didn't necessarily go for. So Mills, can you speak to that? Is Sean McDermott too conservative?
I don't think so. Like Matt stated, our defense is supposed to be the foundation of our team. And I think he has so much confidence in our defense that if we, don't go for it on a 4th and 5, our defense would be good enough to stop the opposing offense, to give us the opportunity to get back on the field and go down and score a touchdown. So I think he's coaching amazing, to be honest with you. I don't think there's no issues with him. I don't think there's no issues with Leslie Frazier. I think he's putting the players in the right positions. We just got to make the open field tackles. We had Jonathan Taylor, in the backfield a lot of times, and he broke tackles, 3 or 4 tackles to get a 5-yard gain. So
is it a personnel issue?
Absolutely. I think it's a personnel issue, and our players got to be a little more hungry. I think they're in the right positions to make the good plays and to win games, but we're not capitalizing on the field.
So, Matt, do you feel it's a personnel issue?
So at the end of the day, the players, they got to start winning one-on-ones, right? So I think if you look at our roster, I put up, our wide receiver core, I put those guys up against everybody. Our defensive line, I put some of those guys, Star at Oliver. I put in our secondary, I put those guys up against anybody. They have to win one-on-ones. It comes down to the coach can put them in a spot, but if they don't make the plays, then what are they supposed to do? Like Mills mentioned, we had Jonathan Taylor in the backfield on the receiving touchdown that Jonathan Taylor had. Teron Johnson had him. He just missed a tackle. It's like you got to be able to make plays at a certain point. It's not a scheme thing. It's a winning a matchup, and we just did not win matchups yesterday. And the games that we lost, we didn't win the matchups.
Okay, so with that being, I'm glad you said that, Matt, and I'm glad everybody's on. So you said we didn't win the matchups in those games we lost.
Correct.
Would you agree, besides the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is probably one of the worst games, the teams that we lost to were better, way better than the teams that we beat? We all can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree on that.
If you put those teams up against the teams that we beat, then they will beat them every time.
Our only good win is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Correct.
Okay. So with that being said, do you think when people say that we have the best defense in the league per the metrics, do you honestly believe that?
I do, but it comes down to the full unit winning matchups. It's not like, it is what it is for me. Like I said, I put them up against anybody.
I know,
whether that be
but they actually
Quentin
they're
Nelson,
losing.
Quentin Nelson,
They're losing.
They lost. Yeah, they did, and they lost. But I'm saying I do. I believe that we're better than those teams. You know what I'm saying? And that we should be winning these matchups. They're just not winning.
I'm glad you believe that, but I don't know what that means. Rad. So let me ask you this. As far as the defense, we're supposed to have this number one defense. Are you concerned yet? Right? Like I'm just asking for a friend.
I mean, yeah, I'm concerned with, defense. I think our defense is good. I think our defense is gonna play better. I think our back half is really good. On a game-to-game basis, I think our defense is gonna be fine. And at the end of the day, you need to score points. Our defense do win championships. But I think we got one of the better defenses in the league compared to all the better teams in the league. I think ours still one of the better ones. I don't see it's not.
Where do you get that from?
There's no. Because go through all the teams, and we've seen a lot of teams that won and seen a lot of teams that lost. There's no defense. There's no clear cut better defense out there that you just going straight to. That's better than the Bills.
Okay.
Who? I mean, it's not no one. Rams. You saw Rams lose the last two games. Like whoever Tampa Bay lost. To Washington, every good defense, quote unquote, has taken bad losses. So all I'm saying is I think the Bills got still one of the better defenses. Even having that game, I think they still got one of the better defenses because, I think they back half is good. They got an elite group there. So I think, am I worried? Not as much as I'm worried about the offense. I think the defense is gonna figure it out. I think Leslie Frazier and the boys gonna figure it out, and I think it'll be fine. But I'm way more worried about the offense than the defense.
All right, so let's go to our premium player segment real quickly, and you can and shout out to our sponsor. This is like we love them. So let's do this real quickly. Rad, give us our sponsor first.
716 Premium. 716 Premium is a niche lifestyle store conveniently located in downtown area. They aim to promote health and wealth, and by providing many non-tobacco luxury smoking accessories, clothing, and even a large selection of premium products in their premium service. They're open from 10 to 10 every day, and they deliver. Shop Premium. They also hit them up on their website, 716premium.com. Hit them up on their website for all orders.
Shout out to Premium. We definitely appreciate y'all. So let's do this. I know it's not like a lot of great things that happened last game. So if you want to give a player that was terrible or premium player, you can do that. This is a safe space. So I'm going to go to Mills first. Mills, can you give me your premium player?
You said a terrible premium player?
You can't give a terrible one if you want to. It's a safe space.
What's up, Mama Coaster? I don't really have a positive premium player besides Dawson Knox. I thought he played a good game. But I do want to give a bad one. I think Matt Milano played terrible yesterday. And he's supposed to be our number one, linebacker. For him to go out there and only get 3 tackles.
Never heard his name.
He had 9 tackles. He had 3 solo tackles, but
He had 3 tackles. I'm not counting
Bro,
assists,
you
man.
talking about the tackles that he was tackling him 89 yards down the field?
it's
Shout out to
still a
Kevin
tackle.
Chillis, man.
Yeah, he definitely.
Matt
Definitely.
Milano supposed to be our key player, especially with Tremaine Edmonds being out. He's supposed to be the leader of the defense.
Got all that
And
money.
He missed a lot of tackles yesterday. He was terrible
It's a
in
theme.
open field. So yeah, that's my player. Matt Milano, he gotta step his game up.
Matt?
Man, it's tough. It's tough to find one. This might be a first. I might not have a premium player. Because I can't point anybody out who had such a consistently good game on either side of the ball. Even normally I could even find like an Isaiah McKenzie, getting good returns for us all game. But as we saw yesterday, what happened, I can't. So I'm gonna not give a premium player this week.
I gave a bad one. Give a bad one. Somebody that was expected to be good.
Somebody that was expected to be good that was bad. Teron Johnson, man. He missing tackles out there yesterday. There was like a play with T.Y. Hilton that was like a 3rd and 14 or something like that, and he got like a 40. Ended up with a 40-yard catch, just after yards after catch. So I'm gonna go Teron Johnson.
He had a bad holding call
Mm-hmm.
that could have kept the end of the drive.
Yep.
Right.
So
Premium player, man. He was so good. I got to give it some Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, torched us,
Plot twist.
5 touchdowns.
mhm.
He gave Mike 55 points or something like that in fantasy. Jonathan Taylor
Mike still
looked like the
lost.
best back. He was a 2nd-round pick somehow. Looking like was it the best football player in college? Best running back in college. Look, he's doing the same thing now, fast. It didn't. Then when he get loose, he fast. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Jonathan Taylor looked like the next great back.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor.
Mario Addison, that was probably the worst roughing the passer. Right? Like he had like 14 steps to just jump to the right or jump to the left, and somehow he still ended up knocking Carson Wentz down. It was ridiculous.
So let's I guess and I'll say my premium player who was awful was Josh Allen for me. I don't think Josh Allen is nearly as good as people say he is. I don't understand how he's an MVP candidate. He hasn't done anything this year, in my opinion, that looked remotely close to good. And I think that I think that what Brian Dable has to use Josh Allen like they use Lamar Jackson. Like you're actually not good throwing the ball. You're actually better running the ball. And
I disagree with that.
I don't disagree with it at all. Like I don't think we need to care about his health. Even though we invest a lot of money in it, it's just like what makes you good.
He ain't
is
Lamar Jackson either.
He's not Lamar Jackson, but he can run. I think that is a great attribute of his, and I think that we need to utilize that more. We need to tell him, like when you're trying to
poor man's
extend.
Cam running.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like when you're trying to extend plays, you're not Pat Mahomes, bro. Like you're not.
You know what's crazy?
Like, you got to stop that.
I don't think.
Run.
I think other teams at this point feel the same way you feel about Josh. Like they have no confidence in him. They're playing a lot of man coverage right now. It's not much zone getting thrown at him. That's a lot of
we're
man
watching
coverage.
it. I mean,
Nah,
it's not a
definitely
secret. He sucks. Like it's a fact.
Definitely not a lot of man, Mills.
It's definitely
It is
not
a lot of man.
Yeah. No, they're definitely not loading
The
box.
Jets played a lot of
There's
man.
definitely some
They're
extra.
playing man with too
extra
high.
defenders.
They're not
out
playing
there. I don't know about
like a
that.
cover 3, cover 2. They're playing. They're playing cover 2 high. They're playing man underneath, 2 high safeties in the zone, but they're not playing like cover 3, cover 4.
But the thing is, Mills, the issue is with that, and we're gonna move on to what do we do next? Like, how can we get better from this point? But the thing about it is that they understand they can play man because our receivers suck too. But that's another story for another day. All right, so where do we go from here? Where do
Josh
we
gotta
go
be
from
quicker with
here?
decisions.
Where do we go from here? When we look at the Buffalo Bills, we're in a bad way in the sense of this, right? Let's look at our division. Here it is. New England Patriots 7-4. They're leading the division right now. Now, granted, they do have a bye, and granted, we do play them, a couple times. But at the end of the day, they're still leading the division. We thought that we had it locked up. We don't. As you can see down here, Tennessee Titans, Baltimore Ravens, New England, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Los Angeles, and then the Buffalo Bills. Right, there are some things that we have to do. So I'm gonna go to Matt first. Matt, where do we go from here? You can briefly, if you want to talk about the game coming up Thursday, you can. That's fine. We can preview that game. But what are some things that you think we need to work on, and where do we go from here? How do you feel about the team moving forward?
But moving forward, I mean, we have to win the division. I mean, we have to beat New England. It's at that point that all the games that we've lost have been against conference opponents. So that's another thing that's going to hurt us later on in the playoff seeding. We've lost to all AFC opponents. So that's going to hurt. But yeah, going forward, we have to obviously beat the Patriots. We have to win the division, and to do that, we just gotta they gotta figure out what's going on with in the discipline area, man. And we're killing a lot of drives and making stupid mistakes that are putting us in a position to lose and not be able to get all of our good things off that we got against the Jets and the bad teams in the NFL. So going forward, they got to clean up the mistakes for sure.
Right.
We got to get the ball out of Josh's hand quicker. Period. What I said earlier about screens and quick passes, and his decision making has to be quicker. He's holding the ball too long for me. A lot of it is come off as man because it's one-on-ones outside. So if he not indicating or seeing who's the one who got the best matchup, if it ain't quick decisions, we need to scheme up those plays. The ball need to scheme up those plays for him. Quick decisions where it's going to this guy. You know what I mean? Quick decisions for him. And let them create, let the offense create, and not just put it all on Josh to, wait till somebody get open. So I think that's the biggest thing going forward. I think I want the Bull to make sure Josh make quicker decisions, and I think we'll be fine going forward.
So Mills, where do we go from here?
We have to be about what we talk about. Every post-game interview they have with the players, they talk about what they need to fix each and every week. But then the week after, we don't do what we say we need to do. So I think we need to, be about what we talk about. Be about that action. AFC is wide open, as we can see. You don't know who's going to come out the AFC. Everybody's losing. Tennessee just got whooped by Houston yesterday. Cincinnati's struggling. So we just got to make moves. Like Matt said, we got to definitely make sure we win our division. We got to take New England out because everybody's saying New England is the favorite right now. Mac Jones don't turn over the ball. Their defense is playing, outstanding, keeping them in games. And we just got to show up. We got to be about what we talk about at the end of the day.
And I'll say this. I think moving forward, I think us as Bills fans, we need to lower our expectation of the team. And what I mean by that is, like, what you saw last year may not be, what happens this year. I mean, the truth of the matter is like Josh Allen is not playing like we want him to play. He's very bad, in my opinion. He's erratic. I don't actually like him as a franchise quarterback moving forward right now, and that may change. I'm fluid in that. I don't think we got a lot of skilled positions. It's just a fact. I really don't. Like certain teams, those top teams, they got 2, 3, maybe 4 positions on the offense that are like elite talent wise. And I think that we just don't have that. And I think our defense is fool's gold. We talked about that in our group message. Matt left the group message because he couldn't stand the facts. And the facts is, he did. He left the group message yesterday.
Wasn't the facts.
He left the group message yesterday. He got mad at me and Mills because we were preaching facts. Like, our defense sucks, bro. Like, Ed Oliver, you talking about? He sucks. He didn't do anything. I never seen. He didn't tackle Jonathan Taylor one time in a good position. Like Matt Milano, I have no idea where he was at. AJ Klein, Epineza, like whatever happened to Rousseau? Is it a rookie like just mid-season low? I don't know. But and then my thing about it is put 1,000 people in the box. Like, who cares at that point? Like, right? Like make Carson Wentz throw the ball. Wherever happened to that? Just go man coverage on the outside and put 1,000 people in the box. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know the scheme you could have ran, but it was just terrible. And I just honestly think we need to lower our expectation because we're definitely not good at all. In my opinion, we beat bad teams. They sucked. Like the Jets suck. Washington Redskins suck. Like whoop-de-doo. We beat them by 40 points. Clap it up for us.
I still think we got the ingredients to be good. I think, the AFC, like Mills said, is open. Tennessee, I feel Tennessee is a fool. I never really believed in them. I think I like Indy better than Tennessee. Kansas City is figuring out they doing what they got to do to when they scrapping out wins. That's what I want to see. I want us to scrap out wins, even if we got to, play position. I just want us to try to win games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just win a game. Just try to win a game. You know what I mean? Whatever that takes. I don't think we got that in us. I think it's like we're just gonna go down with the ship instead of like trying to figure other things out in the midst of it. So I just hope we get more of that. Try to win out games, trying to squeak games by if that would need to happen. You know what I mean? So whatever it takes to win. We'll see.
Now we squeaking by. All right, let's do this because we're about to get off the show.
Win games, man.
We're just saying things at this point. Let's go to our expectation versus reality segment. And I got a question for everybody. For this segment, I want everybody to still tune in. I got some questions definitely for the people in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Y'all stick with us the whole show. So before we do that, Matt, can you give us our sponsor for our expectation versus reality segment?
Yes, sir. This segment is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet? Are you looking into getting a pet or know someone who has a pet? There's only one place to send them for everything to make that pet live its best life. Buffalo Pet Supply, specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles. The knowledgeable staff at Buffalo Pet Supply can get you set up or maintain whatever setup you may have. Stop down and see the family-owned and operated staff located at 1345 Military Road, or give them a call at 716-874-1951.
Shout out to Buffalo Pet Supply. We definitely appreciate them. Where your expectation is their reality. Let me ask y'all this question. We're going to get off the show. Some people have said that the Buffalo Bills built their team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, right? That we collected these players solely so we can combat the Kansas City Chiefs. So one, answer that question. Do you think that if that's right? And then on the backside, if that be the case, do you think we neglected our team to kind of get back to the position to play the Kansas City Chiefs in a great playoff position? So I'm gonna go to Matt first.
I'm not gonna necessarily say that because we still I like our defense. Like I said, I'm not gonna go against my stance. I like our defense against everybody, but we do have to be more physical, more tough. Do something throughout the end of the season to be able to stop the run against a team who has a great running back. Because obviously we've shown we can stop the pass, we can slow down any good quarterback passing wise, but we have not been able to stop an MVP caliber running back this year. So I don't think we've neglected that in a sense. I just don't think that we're executing.
But I will say that we haven't been able to stop the run for a while now. So
we have every single game except for Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor. We have not had.
Why do you do
75
that? Why do you exclude the good running backs?
I did this. I just said we haven't been able to stop MVP caliber running backs. I just said that.
Okay.
And you just said we haven't been able to stop the run on anybody else. Yes, we have.
Okay, so when we go to the playoffs, are we
sole games?
I'm
convinced you just didn't listen to my whole thing. I just said we have to going forward figure out how to stop somebody like that because we haven't been able to do it this season.
Okay, so have we neglected that? That was the question.
I just said no, but I think that I just said we haven't neglected that, but we're just not executing that because the personnel that we have, I do think that we're capable of doing it.
We just have never done it. All right, I understand.
We just haven't done it against the two. Yeah, correct.
All right.
I think two things can be true. Yes, I think we did construct a team to compete with the Kansas City Chiefs, and we went there some weeks back and we beat them. Right, we beat them doing what they do.
That was our Super Bowl.
We covered them well. We was able to contain the guys that we want to contain. So yes, I agree with that. But if you kind of look at the scape of these young OCs that's being hired, the LaFleurs, everybody from that Shanahan treated LaFleurs and Shanahan's and all these people, Stefanski's, all these people with these elaborate run schemes and all these guys who are able to can beat you with these run schemes or these bubble schemes, all these people with those type of schemes, that's what's kind of been being more effective. Even Shanahan getting more effective with Debo and Ayuk and these boys and the running game. You know what I mean? So you see, obviously got Aaron Jones, Green Bay, but they run schemes is complement him well. And I think, when Kansas City is running the ball effectively, and if the Bills can get a running scheme to be effective to go along with our passing attack, then I think that's the next piece of the puzzle. Until we get that, we'll run trick pony.
Yeah, I can piggyback on Rat. I agree. I think we did build our team to compete with Kansas City because at the end of the day, they are the team to beat. Like Rat said, we did beat them, and I think we have the players to accomplish the goals that we need. Is got to produce. Our back end of our defense has been solid for the past couple of years. And we need to more so work on our front half, our front four, our front seven. Because when we played Kansas City in the AFC Championship, we wouldn't get no pressure on Mahomes at all. So when you don't get no pressure on the quarterback up front, they can do whatever they want, including, like Rad said, bubble screens, little flares at the backfield for the running back, quarterback getting 3-4 seconds in the pocket to pick your defense apart, even if your secondary is great. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to produce up front at the end of the day. I think we got the players and the caliber of players to win games. But if we're not doing it up front, we're going to lose. We're going to struggle like we have, each and every day, each and every Sunday, I might say.
Yeah, I guess. I'm actually like thinking about it now. I'm not sure. Maybe we should have took a Javonte Williams in the first round this past year instead of a Russo. Russo sucks. He hasn't done anything in like a couple games. Like he's a wash pick.
I think we drafted like 3D linemen this year?
Yeah, like Boogie Bash. Like we don't even play.
Mike don't like first
I know.
Mike don't like first round running backs.
I push back on that. Like great running backs do great things, and generally great running backs are drafted early. It's just a fact. Like with any other position.
Yeah, but you also got to
like,
give
I understand that, but we know Devin Singletary and Zach Moss suck. They don't need any more opportunities to show us that they suck.
But they only getting three carries a game.
And that's fine, Mills.
What do you expect?
But they're bad players. What I'm saying is
Singletary had like 3 carries for like 17 yesterday. That's pretty decent if you ask me. Keep giving him the ball. See if he can produce.
He sucks. Anyways, I'm just saying like in the first round and second, it's like running like when we look at these running backs, it's not like they're terrible. This is like I'm not saying we can argue on the need, but it's like great running backs do great things. It's just a fact. And generally, great running backs are drafted early. That's a fact.
But the question was, did we address things to beat the Chiefs? We knew we didn't need the running game to beat the Chiefs.
We didn't beat the Chiefs last year.
I'm talking about you asked the question, do we try to address it? We did. We drafted 2 defensive linemen, 2 defensive ends. We couldn't get to Patrick Mahomes last year, right? We couldn't do that. So we drafted 2 guys to try to do that back to back. And have they panned out with that? No, not yet. But I'm just saying that's what we tried to address. That's what we tried to do. Drafting a running back wouldn't have done that.
That remains to be seen. Running backs can control the ball. So, I mean, that's just a matter of opinion. But I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming on. Appreciate y'all for sticking with us. We knew it was going to be a tough show today. But, Matt, can you please let the people know about the contest?
Yes, sir. This week, we're going to do the same contest like we do every week. And we actually we didn't announce the winner, so I'm going to do that first. Our guy, Tasio, he won. It was an Instagram submission. So shout out to Utas. He got his gift card. I think he used it today. He hit me up earlier. But anyways, we're gonna do our contest again this week. It's gonna be our score prediction contest. We're gonna predict the score of this week's game against the New Orleans Saints. You got to get it in quick because it's coming up fast on Thursday. So we're gonna predict the score between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. And as a tiebreaker, we're going to do the total offensive yards by the Buffalo Bills. And then you're going to tag 2 people. That's going to complete your submission. You can get it on Facebook and on Instagram. We're going to have this post up tonight, so make sure you get in that quick.
Absolutely. We appreciate y'all for being in the contest. And listen, before we get off the show, man, listen, we still got the merch. OverdueBillsPod.com. OverdueBillsPod.com. You see it up there. Shout out to our guy, our editor-in-chief, Mike Daniels. He got the articles on lock. You see the new article right here. Please go read that. Buffalo Bills at the Indianapolis Colts. Questions will be answered. Please go read that. Great read. And just when you're done with that, click that merch tab, man. Y'all see it, man. We got different flavors, colors, hats, the whole 9, man. Listen, and this is still our Salute to Service month. We got our, camel hoodies, for all of you veterans out there. And listen, we got something special coming for Black Friday. We will be releasing that soon. We understand it's coming up. We were going to release that soon to let the people know, just to give y'all something for the fans, man. Y'all been rocking with us. We appreciate y'all. And listen, we thank y'all for being with us. And y'all know how we end the show with a little bit of hey, 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 hey.
Boo, 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 boo.
That's terrible.